on a long trip, it's advisable to have some things with you to avoid a breakdown that would tie you up real bad. These being older vehicles, it's hard to get some of these parts. Probably the most crucial thing is having a belt with you for your generator and fan. If you don't have a belt and your belt comes off, your motor literally can burn up in less than a mile. So having a belt and enough tools to be able to change it, and understanding how to change it, which you might literally have to have someone show you. We've trained a number of people into how to do their belt. It's not real difficult, but it is a little tricky. But if your generator light ever comes on, you should at least get out and discern whether your belt is there. If your belt's there, it's just saying that your generator's not charging. You can go till your battery runs down. But if your belt is not there, a real short distance before damage occurs. So understanding the very much importance of having the belt turning the fan on your air-cooled motor is a very important thing. And that's probably something that has damaged more motors than anything else. If you're literally going on a trip long enough to require some maintenance and stuff, having something as simple as your valve cover gaskets and an oil change gasket kit so that basic maintenance could be done without hunting those parts. You might find a mechanic willing to do it, but he very often might not have the parts. So if you had the parts on hand, it would help facilitate that. Being able to do some of the basic tune-up stuff, spark plugs and points and condenser, the distributor cap and or rotor, and the fuel pump, sometimes fuel filter. Sometimes you can get a clogged filter on one of these older cars. The tanks can have trash in it and the filter's there to protect your carburetor, but if it clogs up, that can put you out of functionality there. So having some of that there. These all use the ceramic fuses. Sometimes they can burn or get corroded, and having some of them on hand certainly wouldn't hurt. Having some oil on hand, these motors only hold 3 quarts, actually a little bit less than 3 quarts, so you don't want them to ever get more than a quart low at a time. So having some to add as you go along on a trip could be advisable also. Having some kind of manual with some information that could help you certainly doesn't hurt either. Another common thing that can break is an accelerator cable. That can be particularly hard to find out in the country and smaller towns. That and the clutch cable, which is a bigger cable. Once again, those may be something you couldn't do yourself, but if you had the parts, you could find someone that would be able to put them in. And if you are doing some of it yourself, having a flashlight, one that actually works, certainly comes in handy. Having a tire gauge to check your tires. A lot of people put too much air in the tires on their Volkswagens. They usually take about 20 in the front and 30 in the back. People very often put 30 in the front, and that makes a real rough ride that you need not suffer from if you simply understand to run the right air pressure. Not pushing it too hard and knowing that the timing is correct on the tune-up part of it. If you have your timing wrong and it's fast, on sustained trips, that's what burns more pistons than anything else. So having a professional look at your timing and stuff before you go off on a long trip, or understanding how to do that yourself, can once again save a major repair. The timing doesn't hurt near as much in town when you're out on a long, steady go. It just really will get to them if that timing's too fast. Other than that, just being reasonably careful and enjoying yourself out there, and we wish you a fun trip.